In this session, we are going to study about sorting. Now let's write a program for this. So what is the first step while writing the C++ program? The first step is we have to include the required header files. So what are the required header files? The first header file is --include iostream.h. So this header file provides the basic input-output services for the C++ program. It uses the objects like scene and cout to send to and from data to the standard input and output devices. And next header file is --include conio.h. So this header file contains the functions required in our C++ program. The next header file is --include iomanip.h. So this iomanip.h header file is used to manipulate the output on the output screen. So if I want to use setw function, then I have to use this header file. Now I am creating a class called sort. So inside the class, in the private section, so you have to write P in small letter. So I am going to declare the required variables for our program. That is array name, the size of an array. In the public section, I am going to declare the required functions. So what are the required functions? The required functions are get data, compute and display. So get data, the return type of the function is void, as this function does not return any value. Get data. Using this get data function, we are going to accept the required data from the user. Next is void compute. So this compute function, we are going to write the required calculations. And in the display function, we are going to display the output. So I am going to close this class using semicolon. Next, I am defining this function outside the class. So what we have to do? First we have to write the return type followed by class name. What is the class name? The class name is sort followed by scope resolution operator, then the function name. What is the function name? Function name is get data function. So this function is referring to this class called sort. Yes. What are the required functions? What are the required informations we have to get from the user? That is, so what are the required information needed to be displayed on the screen is inserted in the insertion operator. That is, using the cout statement followed by this insertion operator. So enter the array size. Using cin statement, I am going to extract the data. So this is the extraction operator. So the size of the array is n. Enter the array elements. endl is used to enter the data in the next line after this statement. So using for loop, we are going to accept the array elements I is equal to 0, I less than n, I plus plus. Cin a of I. So this is about get data function. I am going to close this function. Next function is compute function. So we are defining the function outside the class. So first we have to mention the return type followed by class name, that is sort, then scope resolution operator, then the function name. What is the function name? The function name is compute. So here I am declaring the variables, that is int, temp and j. For comparison starts from first position. So for I is equal to 1, I less than n, I plus plus. So I am going to declare value of I to the variable called j. I am checking for the condition while j is greater than is equal to 1 or not. If the condition is true, I am going to compare the array elements, that is if a of j is less than a of j minus 1. So if the condition is true, we are going to swap the array elements, that is temp is equal to a of j, a of j is equal to a of j minus 1, a of j minus 1 is equal to temp. So close this condition. J is equal to j minus 1. Close this function. Next we are going to display the array elements after sorting. So for that we have to use this display function. So as we are defining the function outside the class, first we have to write the return type followed by class name followed by scope resolution operator, then the function name. So we have to print the array elements after sorting. So after sorting, the array elements are using for loop, we are going to print all the array elements. For I is equal to 0, I less than n, I plus plus. Cout set w of. So set w function is used to set the field width between the array elements of I. So this is about this function. Next we have to create object for this class. So what is in the main function we are going to create objects for this class called sort. So how to create an object? First we have to write the class name followed by object name. The object name is yes. Clear screen. Why we are using clear screen function? Clear screen function is to clear the already generated, that is the previous generated output on the console screen. Next, using this object, I am going to call these functions, that is s dot get data function, s dot compute function, then s dot display function. Display function gets ch closes main function. So why we are using get ch function? It is usually used to hold the output screen until the user presses any key on the keyboard. So now let's write the output for this program. So what will be the output? First it calls the get data function, right? So in the get data function we have accepted the array size as well as the array elements. So enter the array size. So what is the array size? The array size is 4. Next, enter the array elements. So enter the array elements now. That is 4, 3, 2 and 1. Next it will call the compute function. So in the compute function it will perform the comparison operation. After performing the comparison operation we are going to display the array elements using the display function. That is here we have called the display function. So in the display function we are going to display the array elements after sorting. So after sorting the array elements are. So after performing comparison, so what is the output? The output is 1, 2, 3, 4. So this is the output for insertion sort. Now let's see how to execute this C++ program in Turbo C++. First click on MS-DOS. So click on File, New Option. So here I am going to type the C++ program. So first I am going to type the program name. So that is write a program to sort the elements of an array in ascending order using insertion sort. So first I am going to include the required header files to our program. #include iostream.h. So this header file provides the basic services to the C++ program, and next header file is #include conio.h, which includes basic functions like clear screen and getch. And next header file is #include iomanip.h. So this header file is to manipulate the output on the display screen. Next I am going to create a class called sorting, open bracket. So in the private section I am going to declare the required variables int a of 10, then variable called n. In the public section I am going to declare the required functions, that is void get data. So getData function is not going to return any value, hence the return type is void. Next function is void compute function. In this function we are going to write the required calculations. Next function is void display function. So this function is used to display the result. So I am going to close this class by terminating with semicolon. We are defining the function outside the class, hence the return type is void, then followed by the class name. The class name is sorting, scope resolution operator, function name, get data. Cout, using cout statement, this is insertion operator. So I am going to display the statement, enter array size. Endl represents the end of the line. So using cin statement, this is the extraction operator. We are going to extract the size of an array. Next we are entering the array elements. Enter the array elements. Endl. Using for loop, we are going to accept the array elements. For int I is equal to 0, I less than n, I plus plus. Using cin statement, we are going to accept the array elements. So this is about this function. Close this function. Next function is compute function. The return type is void followed by the class name, scope resolution operator, then function name, compute function. So inside this function we are going to declare the required variables int temp, j. So here we are going to sort the array elements. So we have assumed the first element to be in the correct position. So the comparison starts from the second element of an array. So int I is equal to, hence I is equal to 1, I less than n, I plus plus. We are storing the value of I to the variable j. We are checking for the condition. While j is greater than is equal to 1. If a of j, here the comparison starts. A of j is less than a of j minus 1, then we are going to swap the array elements. So using the third variable called temp. Temp is equal to a of j. A of j is equal to a of j minus 1. A of j minus 1 is equal to temp. J becomes j minus 1. The position gets decrement. So close this function. Next function is display function. So after sorting we have to display the array elements. So we are defining the function outside the class. So first we have to write the data type followed by class name, then scope resolution operator, function name. The function name is display function. So using cout statement we are going to display the statement as the array after sorting. So using for loop we are going to display all the array elements. Cout So setW function is used to set the field width between the array elements A of I. So close this function. In the main function, we have to create the object for the class called sorting. So how to create the objects? First we have to write the class name followed by object name. So the object name is S. Clear screen to clear the display screen. So now we are going to call all the functions using the object name. The object name is S dot function name. That is, first function is get data function, S dot compute function, S dot display function. Close the main function. So save the program. Experiment 4.cpp. So now compile the program. So here we don't have any errors. So run the program. So here enter the array size. The array size is 5. Next enter the array elements. So the array elements are 10, 30, 40, 20 and 50. So this is the array elements after sorting. So this is how we have to execute this insertion sort program. So to quit from this window, you have to click on File, click on File, select Quit option and type exit command. In the next video we will come with a new program. Thank you.